The script for The Godfather 2 describes the following scenes during Michael's stay in Cuba. Being Tom Hagen, the Don, temporarily under the order that no one in his family leave the compound. A seaplane lands nicely by the private Corleone harbor. Hagen disembarks with his inevitable overloaded briefcase. He continues down the ramp, past several buttonmen, dressed in summer casual attire and who resemble Secret Service men rather than thugs. His wife Teresa lies on a blanket on the great lawn with her youngest children, who run to their father for a kiss. Hungry? Just a little. I've invited Mama, Sandra and the kids for barbecue. What about Kay? I couldn't find her. She's been so broody, sticks to herself. Hagen and Sonny's boys are throwing a football around on the lawn, the littler kids running after them. Coals are burning in the old-style stone barbecue, and several tables are set for the family. In the distance, there is always evidence of the bodyguards. Teresa, Mama and Sandra prepare the steaks. Hagen relaxes in a sports shirt. Let me try Kay. He crosses the lawn to the house on the beach where Michael and his family live. Is about to knock on the door. Hey, Pop, heads up. The football is flying in his direction, he catches it and throws it back. Then he cracks the door open and peeks in. Kay? He steps in, the beautiful summer living room is neat but empty. Anyone hungry? He moves through the house more quickly, into the dining and recreation room areas. A cat jumps off a pile of cushions and runs across the room. Hello? She's gone, Tom. Sandra has followed him into Michael's house. What do you mean gone? The Barretts from Rubicon Bay came by in a new speedboat. Rocco tried to say she wasn't in, but Kay spotted them and asked if they would take her and the kids for a ride. That was 3 hours ago. Why didn't someone tell me? I wanted to tell you alone, your wife doesn't know what's going on. Hagen rushes out of the house. Hagen moves quickly out of Michael's house, moving across the lawn to the boathouse. Hey Dad. This time he ignores the thrown ball and moves directly to Rocco, who is by some men near the boathouse. Rocco. I know. I went down to the Barrett house. But she's gone. They drove her and the kids to North Tahoe Airport. God damn it, where were you? I was in my house. Willie tried, but it would have taken some strong arm to stop her, and he figured you wouldn't want that. They enter the boathouse. Get me a scotch and water. The man hurries behind the bar. She took a flight to San Francisco. We figure she's going to connect to New Hampshire, her parents' place. I can't let him down. He swallows the drink down in several gulps. And then looks up to his men watching him. He's embarrassed to have shown such weakness. All right, let me think a minute. Rocco clears the men out. Me too, Tom? Yeah, give me a minute. Rocco gone, Hagen moves behind the enormous bar and pours himself a giant drink. He drinks that and calms himself. Oh Christ, Pop. It was so good when you were alive. I felt I could handle anything. Oh Christ, Pop. It was so good when you were alive. I felt I could handle anything. Tom Hagen steps out of a taxicab a bit tentatively and then steps toward the door of a pleasant New England house. He rings the bell and waits, hat in hand. A moment later, the door opens and Kay is standing there. I'm not surprised to see you, Tom. Out to the yard, where we can see glimpses of little Anthony playing by himself. I can't love a man like that, I can't live with him, I can't let him be father to my children. Look. The little boy, moodily by himself. He's not like a little boy, he doesn't talk to me, he doesn't want to play, he doesn't like other children, he doesn't like toys. It's as though he's waiting for the time he can take his father's place. Almost in tears, you know what he told me when he was 4 years old? He said he had killed his grandfather. He said he had shot his grandfather with a gun, and then he died in the garden. And he asked me, Tom, if that meant now his father would shoot him out of revenge. She cries, how does a 4-year-old boy learn the word revenge? What kind of a family is this, are we human beings? He knows his father killed his uncle Carlo. He heard Connie. You don't know that's true. But Kay, just for the sake of an argument, let's assume it is. I'm not saying it is, remember, but what if I gave you what might be the justification for what he did, or rather some possible justification for what he possibly did? That's the first time I've seen the lawyer side of you, Tom. It's not your best side. Okay, just hear me out. What if Carlo had been paid to help get Sonny killed? What if his beating of Connie that time was a deliberate plot to get Sonny out into the open? Then what? And what if the Don, a great man, couldn't bring himself to do what he had to do, avenge his son's death by killing his daughter's husband? What if that, finally, was too much for him and he made Michael his successor, knowing that Michael would take that load off his shoulders, would take that guilt? He's not the same as when I met him. If he were, he'd be dead by now. You'd be a widow. You'd have no problem. What the hell does that mean? Come on, Tom, speak out straight once in your life. I know Michael can't, but you're not Sicilian, you can tell a woman the truth, you can treat her like an equal, a fellow human being. There is a long silence. Then Hagen shakes his head, he can tell her no more. If you told Michael what I've told you today, I'm a dead man. When is it finally over? I want it to be over before my baby is born. I don't know. I hope soon, but it's not over yet, and that's why you and the kids have to come back to me. He looks at her, it's clear that he has been entrusted with her safety and her children's. He is a kind, good man, and seems very nervous and overwrought.